Europe for 700 years, creating 16 universities, the University of Salamanca being one of the key universities, but several 16 universities throughout Europe. So, in this particular aspect, this gives us a link of what was taught to the Europeans, other than just the 7 liberal arts or the basic foundation of what we does, is that the information that was given to the Europeans, we're talking 700 years now, was given to them was not only the basic foundations of what we call Western education as what you would know it, but also all these esoteric information that also came along with this thing, which would be different forms of mysticism, which I'll get into in a few minutes of what I'm talking about. All of this particular information also was given to the Europeans over the 700 years. As a result, these Europeans preserved this information after the ousting of the Moors in 1492. They preserved this particular information, and as a consortium, they agreed to take this particular information, the mystical side, the esoteric side, the hidden side of things, and they decided to take that and separate it from the seven liberal arts, or the basic foundation of education, which is mathematics, science, mathematics, physical science. You see, that type of education. They would separate these particular arts, which means that the esoteric stuff that I'm talking about here, the metaphysical, is actually science. Well, I'll go into it in a few minutes if I'm getting ahead of you. But they would separate two forms of knowledge. They would separate it, and the other form of knowledge would be only relegated to their lodges. The York Rite, the Scottish Rite, Rosicrucian orders, Knights Templars, the Grotto Rites, and different esoteric orders that was left behind, which in fact was inducted and manifested by the Moors. The Moors were the ones that were the creators of these lodges. And I'll give you an example. You know, when you go to college now, you will have your fraternities. Well, the fraternities that would be at those universities, those 16 universities that was created by the Moors throughout Europe, the fraternities were the York Rite, the Scottish Rite, the Grotto Rites. So what we would call the lodges now were the actual fraternities of the fraternal orders of those particular universities. So, as a result of the Europeans becoming the custodians and preserving this knowledge, they relegated the esoteric sciences, or the hidden sciences of the world, only to the lodges. And as a result, those particular sciences became something as mystical, something as hodgepodge, or something as mumbo-jumbo to the other society, and something that was feared. Because as a result, they even incorporated into their fundamental organized religions for you not to look into these particular art forms. So they became black magic, which is a code word for the magic of the black man. You can get that in Lieutenant A.E.